So in this video, what we're going to see is a chap called Max. And just before the recording, as per usual, I'm chatting with the client. I forgot to hit the record button. And normally I record it anyway, so that if there's any shifts or anything of interest, I can point them out to the client later on, etc. Because the work happens on a subconscious level they're not aware of. In this particular instance, Max has volunteered, because there's no deep hidden stuff there. He's volunteered to let us all have a look at what happens during one of my sessions. So when we begin, we've already come up to the point of where I've seen him access there's an auditory family rule running, and it jams. So I've seen him access it. As I've noticed this, and said, "Oh, can I record this? I forgot it wasn't recording." He said, "Oh, yeah. When you click record, it's fascinating because his eyes lock," which you've seen me demonstrate this often. By the way, this is Austin Jones, a really good friend of mine and colleague. And so we're just going to dissect this for you so you can see what we're up to when we're looking like we're doing nothing. So here we go. I'll just set this up. We've got a screen share. Hiya, Max.
Hi.
Family rules around sleeping. Now, you mentioned, just for the people that are watching here, that you always had a problem sleeping. Now,
yeah, that's right.
Notice, now that I've brought up the subject that we're going to work with, your eyes are locking on camera.
Okay.
Right? Now, this is kind of cool because this shows, or proves to you at least, that you're having an amygdala response. Because there's an emotional memory image jamming, yeah, and in a moment you'll demonstrate it as soon as your system becomes more relaxed again. But because I've just highlighted it to you, your system isn't going to play a ball. Hence that little grin on your face there. You see that sneaky little grin, right? And this, now obviously, classic Hudson. No, just teasing for that. You can see there's a lot of smiles here. I'm teasing for that sneaky grin because I need to break that state he's in and get a bit of dopamine in there. And that's a genuine smile he's got. But you can see up until this point, he's playing poker. Yeah.
So I have a question here. Is there anything in the one of the rules of grinning and bearing it at this point? Because his eyes are closing down and he's like, ha, 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 you caught me kind of thing.
There's a lot there, isn't there? Because we could read a lot in, but if we just stay on the periphery, otherwise we could go down many rabbit holes. If we just stay with the fact that the freeze response is activated.
Yeah.
And we can clearly see that just for anybody watching it. Again, it's like locked on. Now, once he's engaged again, you'll notice life comes back into the face, the eyes move around, and and we're in normal conversation. One of the fundamentals when it comes to people getting well or overcoming their self-sabotaging ways is that the unconscious mind is king. So anything that's developed into an emotional memory image or a family rule must have death connected to it. Now I'm clicking pause here.
Yeah.
Because this is another piece for anybody watching who are hypnotists in the room. You will notice that Hudson is busy guiding the unconscious system. My hands are moving in unison.
Yeah.
So I'm feeding into his unconscious system, calm, at ease, yeah, balance. All of this is coming across into his visual spectrum.
Yeah.
So his system can feel more and more at ease as I'm sort of just sort of moving everything, and the hands move specifically. The only time my hands move is when I'm working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any question on that? That's okay.
I suppose it's slightly difficult to see in this particular, in the smaller screen, but I remember there's a couple of times that unless it's my imagination, that his left eye goes wibble and his left ear is twitching a couple of times there. So I'm assuming we're looking at a left-sided auditory piece there, but that's maybe
Again, if we go all the way into the detail, you are correct. But if we stay out, otherwise it could end up a very long video. Right? But yes, that's for chatting afterwards. But yes, definitely it is there. And it's quite marked.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I don't do this, then I will die. Dun, dun, dun. Now you'll notice the die position. My fingers point up. Yeah. So I'm guiding these systems in. I know where it is, but I'm just not seeing but I know, and subconsciously he knows I know.
And he's not giving anything away as far as
he's
concerned.
Nothing.
I dare you to say it. I dare you to look. Yeah.
The elephant in the room, and nobody's going to mention it. Well, we shall see. Right? Which is absolutely preposterous. However, when we're children, our mind is.
There's a big swallow. There's a couple of swallows there.
Look at the nods.
Yeah.
When we're children, like you and me, when we are children, when everyone's a child, that generalization is just noddy, nod, nod, nod. Vulnerable. And can perceive an argument with, mum and dad might argue about something, and the child then internalizes that and says, if they split up, then I will die. If I upset him or her, then I will die. So this is really how these rules begin. And if you think about that there's a truism there as well.
Yeah. Because I suppose you're being vague enough to kind of not commit to anything particular, because you're saying if, presumably.
If just general, softly. And what I'm doing is, when I said the word truism from the hypnotist side, the fence, I'm getting nod, nod, nod.
I guess my question on this one would be, well, if we're listening to you, then isn't it just perfectly reasonable to politely go, I see, I hear what you're saying? Where is there a difference between affirming that what's being said is agreeable versus just going, I'm listening to what you're saying, but I'm giving nothing away?
If he's nodding,
the
system is saying, I agree, I hear you. But consciously, he's attempting to play poker. He thinks he's giving us no information.
Because there's also, I mean, again, I guess it could be lighting and just the way he's sitting, in terms of there's definitely a tilt towards the left.
We will see more soon. So just before I fire away, you see that you could you can see that tilt there, yeah? So his head's tilted into the left. But is it into the left, or is he attempting to sort of
it's kind of
out? He's just sort of wanting to keep away from it. Yeah.
Yes, it's more like that rather than away from that side. It's Tell
me a little bit about it.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
There.
Well, good. Well paused, because it's a.
I've done this once or twice before, right? But look at that, Pete. Isn't that just beautiful? Look at he's there, and look at Hudson catches it straight in the.
Yeah.
Should be goalkeeping for England. But there we go. Right now, so we've got the access. Now, obviously, I'm going to close that down.
Yeah.
Just that's the only piece we need to work with. And there's nothing come from our client.
Yeah, that's what makes this stuff so safe as well.
It's so for both.
Yeah,
where I don't have nightmares, clients not going to have nightmares, and there's very little for us to share.
Yeah.
Now, our thumbs are in a vase. What can we tell? Oh, his eyes definitely moved up there. But that's the only real story we can give. So we continue. Much. There you go. Everybody been watching Max pitting. No. Now the thing is, now look at that. There's a relief there. It's a sort of you caught me. Hands up, governor.
Yeah.
But there's a relief there because it's like blooming heck. It's real. Because many times a client will think that we're just nuts talking about this nothing, yet they're still locked on.
Yeah.
Look at that relief, and we're not even there. But if we think about from a memory reconsolidation position, we've had him just bring in Coaster. We've had him lock on there.
Yeah.
And at the point of accessing, we've had him burst into laughter.
Yeah.
Job done, by the way. I'm finished.
Yeah.
Everything else is just going to be showmanship and a little bit of tidying up. But that's all we need.
Yeah.
So
it's
that's
recognition that that's what's been said is real. The rest is gravy, I guess.
That split-second unlearning, it doesn't get any faster than that split, Austin. If we do, I think we've got maybe 4 seconds altogether if we look at the clock.
Yeah.
Sort of ping pong.
Yeah.
Finished. But then we'll watch then what happens as we go. Any questions as far?
No, not really. I guess it's another one of these things that my natural inquisitive nature and my mismatchiness goes, well, then sometimes you can get clients who will say, yes, but everybody looks up. And although what am I supposed to do with that? It's not as if you're telling me something I don't know.
Well, again, because I'm not teaching anybody all of the ins and outs of my years of work, but again, if you just watch the way it's paced, there is no way the client can move from the position that I've set up.
Yeah.
With the truisms and the subconscious weaving of the whole piece, there is only one door left for them to take. So that's that. Yeah. And if we don't take the time to build that piece up within the rapport set, so really that's really what we're looking at. But here we go. Because you had to access it, but you've been playing like a poker player for the first minute and a half. Then you were locked on, and your eyes would not go there. But as soon as we ask the right questions, your eyes have to access that file, that signature of information, in order for you to respond accordingly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice swallow there.
Yes, I was going to say, there's an attempt to play poker again, and that left ear is wiggling away.
And you can see that the tilt's a bit more profound, a bit more dominant, and there's stuff happening.
I suppose the only thing I'd say in this case is the thing that slightly throws me is that your side is reversed, so you're pointing there.
Yeah.
And it actually is like it's the opposite for him. So that took me a little bit. It wasn't there at the other side. But, oh no, he's on the other side. So it's slightly confusing in terms of it's an opposite.
It's a fun thing to do. Working with clients, everything's the reverse mirror.
I
Here we go. Perfect sense, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. Anybody want to watch me again? Right. My hands are in the air
yeah.
and I do a mismatch. I mismatch my verbal with my non-verbal. My
Go on.
hands are in the air, right?
Yeah. You'll have to go back, go back a bit. I missed that one.
Go back. What you're watching, right, is
Yeah.
for a verbal mismatch.
Okay.
So I'm going to speak
Yeah.
from one position, my non-verbals are going to say another. Okay, so I'm going to speak affirmatively,
Yeah.
but my non-verbals will be negative. You ready?
Okay.
Yes.
Makes perfect sense, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I see you.
Makes perfect sense, isn't it?
I completely missed that one.
You've got to watch that. That's
Oh,
sneaky.
you're sneaky, aren't you?
And look at that, Hudson. Look at that. Not a blink. Not
Yeah.
a blink. And look at, he's like, oh, yeah, yeah. So what are you talking about?
He seems to be tilting further and further this way as you speak.
Well, look, the work's building. Lovely. So then, bless you. I mean, now look at that string of nods as basically his subconscious mind saying, I got that mismatch loud and clear. The boss hasn't got it, but I'm with you, Hudson. I mean, how cool. Done this many, many times. So a lot of people use the app. There's a slick program on MindReset, and they can just use that. It does this, MindReset app, as you know, we're getting some fab results on it, and folk are just downloading it. It's a downside cheaper and a lot easier than trying to book a session with me.
And what's the difference here then with you shaking your head when you're saying, because that's presumably it's dead simple kind of shaking your head versus a.
Because I'm just keeping in rapport now, so
Okay.
his mind knows that. Just keep following that head.
Okay.
Effortlessly. Couple of minutes a day for 10 days, and at some point it hits that specific piece that's causing the problem. But because it's me and you and we're having a little session here, we might as well do it. So that we both have knowledge now of where it is, where you have it stored.
Okay.
Now, if I was to say, for how long do you think this has been a problem for you? How long do you think?
So,
question, Austin?
Well, in this particular case, he hasn't got a clue, so he's just going to say anything.
Eyes are off. He's just filling in some random nonsense. He's just making.
Just say what you're expecting him to say, and it's cobblers.
Exactly. Off he goes, but those eyes are going. I'll just move random, right? So he hasn't generally got the clue.
Yeah.
childhood.
It's in childhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
His head's is shaking. Yeah.
I love it, love it, love it. Right? Really, really good client. Right. Now watch this next piece. Oh, say what? Sorry about that, but my head's shaking. I'm just shaking my head.
Even your face is like, I can smell it a mile away.
I'm not buying it, but I hope that's not an F word about to come out of my mouth. I'm not looking best pleased. Isn't it amazing? This is just because we're splitting second, pause, because it's digital. This is coming across. His subconscious is picking up that, I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
But it happens in a blink.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah, sure.
Now he had to do a scan.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Now he's having a bit scan. I've just thrown dates out. It's 3 years out.
Before that?
Yeah. So there's just no knowing, is there? But what you do know is at a certain time during the evening, something appears and it blocks. Yeah. All we're going to do now is, right? Did you notice when you chuckled before, your teeth came on display? Yeah. well, when you start,
I'm not that self-aware, no.
well, there you go.
Yeah. So there's the eyebrow now, and he checked for an auditory on the left side again.
A quick little chat to himself to see if what I'm talking about he'd actually done.
Yeah.
That's it. But
there was the I'm having to do opposite for what he is that eyebrow raised but on that left side.
When he smiles, look, he lights the screen up when he smiles.
Yeah.
He's got a wonderful smile. So now we're just getting more good stuff in there, more dopamine. There they are, right? Now, while your teeth are on display, it's telling your system, we must be comfortable, we must be feeling good, yeah? So then, the thing about sleep is, if we don't get restorative sleep, some people are able to sleep for 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, and wake up and still feel tired. Now, that tells us that there are emotional memory images inside their sleep. So what we have to do is clear all of that for you, yeah? So that's the stuff I'm working on with Andrew. Yeah. Because if these emotional memories are coming in, it's some stuff I'm going to look at in 2023 on sleep apnea.
Okay.
Because for those watching us, if you think sleep apnea is when your breath stops. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we think about during our waking state, a split second, an emotional memory image coming into screen is a sharp intake. So if you're asleep and the system is doing exactly the same thing, it's your system literally awakening you, keeping you out of REM.
Yeah.
So that the process cannot take place. Yeah.
Yes, because every in-breath is a fight-flight mechanism, isn't it?
Yeah. In the first instance, all I'm going to have you do is let's just imagine, that this is your emotional memory image. Yeah. So if I put up the screen there, that's about somewhere there for you. Yeah. Now the height is significant because you're not a short chap. I mean, you're at least 6 foot. Yeah.
6'2".
6'2", right? So if you're glancing up at something that high, it has to be over like 6.5 foot, yeah? But about 2 meters high for the metric people here, I do apologize, right? And so, but the truth is, your access is from the original access when you were tiny.
Yeah.
That big, So if we then take that access there and we move it, this is what the app does, it takes you to a different point. If we move it over there, yeah. Now you keep a hold of it there for me, yeah. Mm-hmm. And whilst you're looking at it there,
Yeah, so even before you started, his head's actually much straighter already.
Yeah.
His left ear is flapping like crazy. So there's obviously an adjustment going on, both at a physiological level in terms of the musculature here. That's obviously already shifted to make a correction before you've even started doing the with the black card. He's already straight, and now he's almost tilting slightly the other way. So,
and you look at the size of that EMI of the left.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So I catch it up there. Yeah. And he's.
So I thought you were just out of screen. See, I just
just there.
Okay.
If it goes off screen, he's got nothing to look at. You just keep it just in the corner. Yeah. Which is going to be.
I should know better. I thought it was just a mistake that you were just slightly off screen. It's like, no, you know exactly.
No. Yeah. Nay, matron. Right. So let's have a watch. to try and think about having a terrible night's sleep. Yeah, try thinking about all the nights sleep that you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's hard.
Odd, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
Now, I'll let you have your eyes back again. Bing. Yeah. What happened with the ping, Austin?
He just like shifted.
Ready? Keep your eye on that little piece. Ping. Gone.
Okay, yeah, I missed that as well. Stupid.
Remember, it's an auditory that we have to knock out.
Yeah.
So sound effects are necessary. Ping. Gone.
Completely missed that, you see.
It's good, though, isn't it? Just,
I'm rusty, aren't I? Crikey.
You're catching all of the things needed anyway, but these are just because we've took the time. I thought I might as well punch just an extra piece. So let's just take us back just a couple of seconds, and then you can.
Yeah, I mean the levels of subtlety here in off the chart here with you.
Then obviously you've got the unconscious language running along there, because I'm asking him to try.
Yeah, to imagine
access
failure, basically.
Poor night's sleep.
Yeah.
So I'm not asking him to try and think about a good night's sleep, which would be you'd actually be reinforcing the problem state.
Yeah.
So I'm asking to fail at creating the failure state.
Yeah.
2 negatives equal positive. So back again. Bing. Yeah. And now. And now.
Yeah.
So we've shifted.
The screen is clear, isn't it? Yeah.
Whole new now, not that now, and now. So we're in a new now.
Wow.
Have a think about sleeping like a baby. Now look at that head structure. Fully refreshed and fully energized. How's that feel to you?
Magnificent.
And if you run that ahead of time, say like in a month's time, we'll bring you back and say, how's your sleep been for a month? And you had a month of, you're watching that? The whole orchestra.
It's also both ears moved in unison at that one. That was the first time. Because I wasn't sure at the beginning whether it's just the angle. I can only see one ear moving, whereas you could definitely see both ears moving in unison when he said magnificent. Which and of course his head's dead straight now. Or if we're
watching
tilted.
The therapist here, balance. Yeah. Flow, encouraging the flow. All of this is happening subconsciously because obviously the client's just, this is me just waving my arms about. No. Sort of restful, full energizing sleep. Restful, full energizing sleep. Filling this new void with goods, all the goodies that he wants, and saying, look here, pushing it in down that informational feed. Okay. How would that feel in a month's time when we hop on a recording and you're chatting to me about it? How would we notice?
I think I would just be.
How would we notice? I'm chatting to the Queen here. Oh, God bless him. The King now. Yeah. How would we notice? Yeah. You and I, let's you and I move to a dissociative position and associate to you in a month's time when you and I are sitting here. Now, the viewer, unless they're a therapist now, is going to go, what the heck are they talking about? But in this little piece, we're moving our client ahead of time. Yeah. Beyond the point that the problem was, and to look back, having overcome the problem.
And together, presumably.
Yeah.
noticeably.
Look ahead now, Austin.
Yes, he's looking into the future. The shaking the head is still not sure. Presumably, is he an overtimer?
Well, look at that. Now watch the depth of field happening now.
Okay.
I probably have more energy, more enthusiasm.
Because consciously, he hasn't caught up yet. As
Yeah.
per you.
Yeah.
He's probably, because he hasn't caught up to the speed that his mind has moved.
Yeah.
And when we hop on a recording and you're chatting to me about it, how would we notice?
I think I would just be noticeably just. I probably have more energy, more enthusiasm, more intelligence.
Did you notice Hudson? Big nods, encouraging the client. There we go.
And he's not sure yet.
Better in all aspects, I'd imagine.
Yeah. And then when you think about like going to sleep, the beautiful thing about sleep is you will sleep tonight. So sleep comes. In a 24-hour window, we can anticipate sleep is going to arrive. And what we realize with the app is you don't have to wait until last thing at night to use it, because you can use it in the morning. And you say, well, hang on, it's a sleep program. Yeah, you can use it in the morning. It doesn't matter, because your mind is smart. Your mind knows when you're going to go to sleep, and your mind knows exactly what has been jammed where and when. So it doesn't matter at what time you use it. Just means that you just use it, that's all. So what are you noticing now as you try thinking about sleeping? Confusion.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit, it's not there.
So, and where's he looking now?
Yeah. He's checking out into the future, presumably.
He's checking it out in time and space, ahead of time now.
Yeah.
Now, prior, all the way through, he's never done any of that.
No. And now presumably
So
he's accessing kinesthetic as well now, is he?
You see the tongue?
Yeah.
Big kinesthetic marker.
Yeah. Well, that's the first time he's done that as well, isn't it? The kinesthetic stuff.
Big kinesthetic, the whole system. If I said baby face, it's low. You see what is a big? The whole neurology is repacking and stacking it up in the future there. Fascinating. I mean, he'd probably hate that image, but it's beautiful, you see? And from here on in, all you're going to get from me is fluff, as Wilf Proudfoot used to teach me. Fluff. Just nothing, because he's busy processing, or buffering, if you would.
Yeah.
Hard to put it into words, but it's like
hard to put it into words.
Yeah.
So that again is telling us the reptilian system, something's happened in the primitive brain.
Okay.
There's no words there.
Okay.
And if it's beyond words, we've knocked out the auditory.
Okay.
And there's a bit of an amazement in that look.
My whole kind of internal awareness of the concept of sleep feels different.
I know. Now, for the viewing audience, it should be answers on a postcard, please. But your non-verbals, all of your communication, your signature has changed. Within the quantum field, there has been a shift. Now, because you're quite a sensitive chap, you're able to notice there's definitely something moved. And this is where it's fundamental to my work, because a lot of people say, well, he didn't do anything. So yours, isn't it? I'm smiling at he's agreeing. Yeah, you haven't done anything yet.
So your little signature with a dot there.
Like
What's
that.
that about? Yeah, you're
Just a little. Yeah,
full stop.
just a little. Just this full stop.
Yeah.
Complete. But that was a sign off for the unconscious mind.
Okay.
Completed.
Okay.
Hang on, I know something's happened, but Matt, you didn't do anything. Yeah. Right, so we'll chase you up in a month, yeah, and we'll do like a little follow-up call or whatever, and you can explain to us how vivid your dreams actually. I meant to ask, how are your dreams? Do you have vivid dreams or?
I do when I dream. My dreams are very vivid. Yeah.
And you see, his dreams are stored in a different position to where the EMI was.
Okay.
You can check on access as you play back and stuff.
Yeah.
But basically,
Check
his EMI were up, remember, 2 meters.
Yeah.
But if you watch this one, you'll see. Yeah. Right, so we'll chase you up in a month, yeah, and we'll do like a little follow-up call or whatever, and you can explain to us how vivid your dreams actually. I meant to ask, how are your dreams? Do you have vivid dreams? Here it is. Watch.
I do when I dream. My dreams are very vivid. Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. So that, and he went right across the beer there. That's low, nice. There's a nice flow there too.
Yeah.
Interesting to note depth of dreams and that sort of thing. So you can come back and chat to us about it, yeah? And see your energy levels.
Sensational. Thank you, Matt.
Brilliant. See ya. Bye.
All the best.
Stop screen sharing.
Yeah.
And so the whole session was about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yes, it's interesting. I mean, in terms of, obviously, I'm picking out too many details and getting too in depth, and I need to learn to back off a bit, or a lot, actually.
But you see, if we get, this is where all of the extra pieces that we bring in, it just engage the unconscious mind. So long as the mind's with you, yeah, just the conscious side will just sit there sort of on the fence, just hook the unconscious in, and then it's effortless. Yeah.